Ian, you kind of spoke briefly to this, but I'm curious as to what degree we have collectively, whether it's the association of the city or the advocates as well, have thought about the electrification of the system and the infrastructure required to enable that. It's kind of an inevitability down the road, but the faster we can do it, the faster we can decarbonize.
So the addition to the question was if we could add not just urban transit, well, sorry, not just private vehicles, but urban transit, or both.
We'll go. Yeah. So on the electrification of public transit in the city and private vehicle, so there's been I can't speak to why there's not been action in the past on it, but there's been some. I'm beginning to get my legs inside of an organization called the Canadian Urban Transit Association, CUTA, and CUTA provides an opportunity to do a lot of lessons learned. So. Talking to some folks in, I think it's St. Albert, Alberta, who've been trialing electric vehicles, and they have about 3 different providers, 4, 5, or 6 different buses that they've been experimenting with, and this is northern Alberta, or at least north of the halfway point of Alberta. I think it's near Edmonton. So they have some important lessons, and we're both on a staff level and at my level in council having those conversations with councillors from there and staff level. We've not made any direct purchases or plans on replacing a fleet with replacing the diesel fleet with electric, but it's really there's been a hesitance to be amongst the first movers. So now that we have St. Albert's a little bit smaller than us, Montreal by what's this year 2019 by 2022 I think any new purchases are going to be electric. Toronto I think is along the similar timeline. So because those bigger actors are moving now. I think we'll be better enabled to, will there be more push on us to do so, but I'm not saying we should wait, but I think the context is, I don't know if we're quite ready for that from a political standpoint, from a cost standpoint, because it has significant capital costs for bus purchases, although we can get a lot of that back from the feds through their programming, but it still has a cost for our share. On personal vehicles, right now, so here through the grapevine, there might be fast chargers put across the island based on provincial government action, and we've had like Public Works right now is doing some background work on what it would mean for the city to put some chargers in place. So the analysis is being done, as well as what that would mean for our fleet. So personal vehicles and fleet being the vehicles the city owns. Yeah, I think I sort of answered your questions. Electrification.